Chambo, congratulations. New 2-year contract, you must be pleased to get it all done.
Yeah, obviously happy to be part of the club's future for the next couple of years. Obviously I've made no secret of the fact that I want to be part of the future of the club. As long as I can play, I want to be here, and beyond that as well. So I've made no secret of that fact. I've had lots of chats with Marcus over the last few weeks, and few months really. The manager's shown his support for me. It's just obviously been a terrible season and one that's been very, very disappointing, but we've got 10 games left and we're looking forward to sort of putting everything we can into that, looking forward.
Yeah, you're not a footballer that just walks away from it, are you? You take everything to heart, really.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been very, very tough. There's so many things we could sit and talk about for hours, which we obviously would have changed. People have made mistakes, myself included. It's been a tough season. But the manager come in and he picked everyone up again, and we had a right go. And we've got some very, very good players, and I think what's been made the last few weeks, the young players we've got coming through at the club, it's very, very encouraging. I think you spoke about experienced players as well. I think you have to have that perfect blend, and I think at certain times this season we lacked championship experience. That's plain to see. We lost a hell of a lot of good players. We strengthened other teams in the division, and it's something that we have obviously lived to regret a little bit, because a few of those boys have scored against us and gone on to score lots of goals and etc. for the teams they're left for. But like you say, I take it home every day. It's very difficult when the lads are looking at you all the time. Myself personally, you try and be the strong role model, the lad that they look to for inspiration or just to get them through a tough time. So yeah, it's like I say, it's been a bit of a journey. One I've learned a hell of a lot on, and nothing drives me on more now to make a success of this team over the next 2 years.
How important is it for your family to know where they're settled for another 2 years? We obviously went back over what went on before. You wanted to avoid that, you have done. How is important? They know now that they're based here for another 2 years.
Yeah, I've never thought about leaving the club. Even that situation that arose out of nothing. And obviously at the time people were aware that I was available, and then things happened. I don't think everyone's ever looked at me and thought, oh, we could take Chambo because he wants to leave Ipswich. I think they're non-starters. So as long as I'm here and I'm trying to play to the best of my ability, that's probably not. I've not had the best season this season. That's no secret whatsoever. But no one in here can say that we've had a good season, individually or collectively. And like I said, there's been so many reasons for that we could go into all day long. But yeah, to have my family settled, my kids are at school. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a normal guy. I play football for a living. You're open to criticism. That's the world we live in now. You can't escape it. You can't escape football, because everywhere you go, especially in this town that thrives and everything about the town is about Ipswich, and we're so lucky to have that support. It's difficult, but like I say, the family are settled. My wife's happy. We've got lots of friends here, and I've got lots of things going on with the club away from the football side as well. So it's a no-brainer for me to be here, and the only opinion at the end of the day that matters to me is the manager. And if I'm playing for him and he feels I'm doing a good job, then that will do me all day long.
You obviously want to play. You want to play every game for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you see your role at the club beyond that? Maybe nurturing the young players so they've got a role model to look at?
Well, yeah, I've tried to do that this season. I think you look at the amount of lads that we've signed on, we're trying to secure that part of the future. The lads that have signed, the likes of Jack Lancaster, big future for him. Flinny Downs, I think we've got to try and tie him down. He's going to be a tremendous football player. Corey Ndaba is coming through. Idris played the other night, he's signed a pro. Brett McGavin's in the wings. We've got Ben Morris, who's had an injury. We've got Ben Falami. There's lots and lots of players that I could go on all day and talk about, and that is what you need. That's what you need as a club, and that is what we've been trying to get back to the last 7 years I've been here. We've always talked about bringing the youth through, and now look how many we've got here, and it seems that part of the plan has come to fruition. Yes, we might have to take a step back to then realise what we need to do, but this club is not going anywhere. It's a massive club. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than the players in the dressing room, and it'll always be here because we've sat bottom of the league and we've got 24,000 in watching us. It's outrageous.
If the worst comes to worst, and we know it's a big challenge to stay up, but if it does happen, you want to be the man that leads this club back to the Championship, won't you?
Yeah, of course. I said that before. That's a massive challenge. It's been a massive challenge this year, trying to hold everything together. The manager coming in has helped me massively, take a load off my shoulders. I want to repay the faith in me shown by him and the chairman and my teammates who want me to be here. They've made no secret of that fact, and the fans as well. I think I've got a good rapport with them. I want the club to be a success. Ever since I stepped in the club 7 years ago, I came here to get promoted. We almost achieved that. I think we could have made better decisions in certain transfer windows to give us a better chance of that, but we are where we are now, and we have to face facts that an opportunity is, if the worst comes to the worst and we go down, there's an opportunity for people to become heroes. Another season, get a winning mentality at the football club, and we've seen teams come back up. You have to make the best of a bad situation. We've seen teams bounce back and go again, and that's what we have to look for.
People are going to have to go a bit to get your place, aren't they? That's your ultimate thing. You want to play week in, week out.
I'm not here. Well, I'm 33. For me, age is a number. Like I said, I'm the first one to admit I haven't had the best seasons since I've been at the club. I don't think that's to do with my age. That's just the whole scenario we find ourselves in. I want to play every game for the next 2 years, and I want to play beyond that, whether that's here or elsewhere. But I don't see my future elsewhere. I want to play for the next 80 games, the next 2 seasons, and the way my body feels. Obviously, when things are healing up, which I've obviously played through, I feel as fit as I've ever felt.
Coaching, management, is that, obviously management's further down the line, but is coaching something you'd like to become part of more over the next 2-3 years, if possible?
Yeah, I've dipped my toe in with the under 15s, 16s. I've run a soccer school. I've been down on Thursday evenings to see the PDP age groups from under 7s to under 12s. These are things that when you start doing your coaching course, you just sort of focus on a little bit more. But that is in the back of my mind. That is the plan I want to take. That's something I want to try. That might be in 10 years' time. We don't know when that is, and we can only have these little conversations. But first and foremost, I still want to play football for as long as I can, as long as my body, and as long as I'm being picked by a manager.
What is it about Ipswich, Chamo, that keeps you here? Been here, what, 6 years? Going to be another 2 years, 8 years. We're playing Forest tomorrow. That's
well, the end of this year will be 7.
Years of your career, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's massive. It's a massive. It doesn't happen now. But I don't know whether that's me as a person. I'm not. I could have been a mercenary in the game and bounced club to club every couple of years. I want to leave something that people will look back on and think, yeah, he was a good guy to have at the club. I've said before, I've never been the best player in the team. I've probably been one of the most consistent. I've played 300 odd games for 3-4 managers. Managers seem to pick me, so I must have done something right over the last however long. I've nearly played 700 games. But that for me doesn't, I want to get to 800. That drives me on. And with the season that it's been, I want to prove to people that I still can play in the Championship, in league, whatever league, but that I can still play week in, week out at a level.
You still see a positive future for the club? We're in a difficult place at the moment. You've touched on that. There's no hiding from the situation we're in. But over the next 2 years, you see Ipswich going in the right direction?
I do, yeah. I think the manager and the chairman are working closely together. They're creating a plan, not just to appease certain people's views on the club. That's a plan that they're going to stick to and try and work to. I've mentioned the young players in the squad. I've mentioned the future. We've got some fantastic experienced players, lads that have been unfortunate with injury that we need to get on the pitch. But when you're getting 24,000 fans in a home game and you bottom the league, that shows you that the club will be all right. Whether it's me being here or all the lads leave, we're bringing a new team, the club will be fine.